Most traders believe they need to watch the charts all day to find opportunities. But in reality, there is only one specific window of time that truly matters. That window is known as the kill zone. In this video, I am going to show you exactly what the ICT London kill zone is, why it matters so much, and how you can use it to identify high probability setups in the market. Hello traders, welcome back to the ComLucro channel. By the end of this video, you will clearly understand when the London kill zone occurs, the psychology behind it, and how to apply the London kill zone trading strategy step by step. One of the highest quality setups available. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you do not miss what comes next. And let us know in the comments what topics you want us to cover next. You will also find links to our trusted partners in the description. When you use those links, you help support the channel and keep this content moving forward. Now, before we go deeper, let's start by understanding what kill zones actually are. Kill zones are simply specific times during the day when a large amount of liquidity enters the market, creating strong trading opportunities. In this video, we will focus specifically on the London kill zone. This refers to a defined time window during the London session when the market tends to produce significant moves. But first, let's see how to identify the London kill zone directly on your chart. To do this, open your chart on TradingView and go to the Indicators tab. From there, search for Market Sessions and select the indicator created by Leviathan. This tool displays all trading sessions, so we need to adjust it slightly. In the settings, uncheck Tokyo and New York, then change the London session close to 1300. After that, the London kill zone will be clearly marked on your chart. Next, we also need to enable the period separator on TradingView. Simply right-click on the chart, go to Settings, open the Events tab, and activate Session Breaks. This will display vertical lines that divide each trading day, making it easier to read the structure. So, now that you know how to mark it, let's talk about why this kill zone is so important. During this period, several key events take place in the market. First, the London financial markets open, injecting strong momentum into price. Second, traders begin positioning themselves for the day, which often defines the daily direction. And third, liquidity is taken from previous highs or lows. Because of these factors, the London kill zone often generates strong price movements, along with clear and structured trading setups. Now, to truly understand why this works, we need to shift our focus to liquidity. Markets move because of orders, and large institutions require liquidity to enter their positions. One of the easiest places to find liquidity is above previous highs and below previous lows, where many retail traders place their stop losses. During the London kill zone, the market often moves toward these areas to capture that liquidity before making the real move. This is why traders frequently see false breakouts or quick sweeps of highs and lows during this time. Once that liquidity is taken, the market may reverse and begin a strong move in the opposite direction. Understanding this behavior allows you to identify potential entry opportunities with much more clarity. Now, let's move forward and break down the actual strategy. The London kill zone trading strategy combines several key concepts, including buy-side and sell-side liquidity, liquidity grabs, fair value gaps, and inversion fair value gaps. So before we go further, let's briefly review the foundation behind all of this. To understand where liquidity actually forms, we first need to understand how swing points are created on the chart. Swing points are defined as either swing highs or swing lows. To identify a swing point, we use a three-candle structure. In a swing high, the candle in the middle has a higher high than the candle to the left and a higher high than the candle to the right. In a swing low, the candle in the middle has a lower low than the candle to the left and a lower low than the candle to the right. Swing points are important because of how traders place their orders. Many retail traders set their stop orders just above swing highs or just below swing lows. As a result, liquidity tends to accumulate around these areas. In a long trade, both the stop loss and the take profit are sell orders. In a short trade, both the stop loss and the take profit are buy orders. This relationship between order flow and trade direction leads directly to the concepts of buy-side liquidity and sell-side liquidity. Above a swing high, there is a large concentration of buy stop orders. These orders come from traders who are short and must buy to exit their positions, as well as from traders who want to enter long positions if price moves above the high. In ICT terms, this area is defined as buy-side liquidity. Below a swing low, there is a large concentration of sell stop orders. These orders come from traders who are long and must sell to exit their positions, as well as from traders who want to enter short positions if price moves below the low. In ICT terms, this area is defined as sell-side liquidity. The identification of buy-side and sell-side liquidity levels is an important component of the ICT method and helps explain how price moves and where reactions are more likely to occur. Now, let's talk about the liquidity grab. A bullish liquidity grab happens when price moves below a liquidity level, either with a wick or even a close, and then quickly returns back inside the range. In terms of price action, this shows that the market reached for liquidity below support, triggering stop losses and trapping breakout traders. This behavior often signals that price is likely to move in the opposite direction. For example, if price sweeps above the Asian high during the London Open, but quickly closes back below, it indicates that buyers have been trapped. This creates an opportunity to look for short positions, expecting the market to reverse and move lower. The same logic applies to the bearish version of this pattern. A bearish liquidity grab occurs when price moves above a key liquidity level, triggers stop losses and buy orders, and then quickly reverses back below that level. This shows that buyers are trapped and that selling pressure has taken control, often leading to a downward move, especially within a clear downtrend. Now, building on that idea, if the market gathers enough liquidity, the next move is likely to push downward, creating a potential short opportunity. When a liquidity grab forms at a resistance level, it becomes a strong indication that price may move lower. But to understand how price delivers that move, we need to look at what happens in between. This is where the concept of the fair value gap becomes essential, because it defines where we look for entries within the London kill zone. A bullish fair value gap is the price space formed between the high of the first candle and the low of the third candle within a 3-candle sequence. In the same way, a bearish fair value gap is the space between the low of the first candle and the high of the third candle. The color of the candles is irrelevant, and their shape or size does not change the concept. The psychology behind a bullish fair value gap reflects a buy-side imbalance, where buying pressure clearly dominates selling pressure and creates that inefficiency in price. When marking this manually on your chart, traders often highlight this area as a potential demand zone to look for long opportunities. The same logic applies in the bearish case. When price revisits a bearish fair value gap, traders anticipate a reaction and manually treat that area as a supply zone. So what exactly is an inversion fair value gap? An inversion, also called an inversed FVG, occurs when a previously identified fair value gap fails and price invalidates it. For instance, imagine a bullish imbalance that creates a clear gap on your chart. As price retraces back into that area, the expectation is a continuation to the upside. However, if the following candles close decisively below the gap, fully violating it, the market has disrespected that level, and this failure forms the inversion. Now, let us understand the psychology behind the inversion FVG. The appearance of an inversion fair value gap is often an early indication that momentum is shifting. It reveals that the side responsible for creating the original imbalance has lost control. This change in strength can signal a potential reversal in direction. From basic price action principles, we know that after a breakout, previous support can become resistance, and previous resistance can become support. The same principle applies to fair value gaps. When a bullish fair value gap that once acted as a demand area is broken to the downside, it transforms into a supply zone. As a result, we can anticipate a possible rejection from that inversion FVG toward the downside. So how can we determine whether a fair value gap will hold or become an inversion? When trading fair value gaps, what we want to observe is price returning to the zone and respecting its midpoint, which often leads to a continuation higher. If instead price trades into the area and clearly violates that midpoint, we can anticipate further downside, with candles closing below the fair value gap and forming an inversion. To mark the midpoint manually, simply measure the range of the gap from its low to its high, and identify the 50% level directly on your chart without relying on any indicator. Now, there is an important detail to understand. Fair value gaps are considered one-time use. Once price has reacted to an FVG and the market has already delivered a move from it, we no longer treat that same gap as a fresh trading opportunity. If price later breaks through it, we do not classify that as an inversion FVG. When searching for a true inversion, we want to see a sharp shift in momentum that fully disrespects the gap from the start. This brings us to the question, fair value gap or inversion fair value gap? Which one is superior? In reality, neither is better than the other. Both can be highly profitable when applied under the right conditions. They represent different types of setups, each with its own advantages and limitations. In general terms, the inversion behaves more like a reversal strategy, while the standard FVG aligns with trend continuation. For that reason, inversion setups often offer greater risk to reward potential. That said, fair value gaps appear more frequently on the chart, whereas identifying a clean inversion FVG that meets all your criteria can be more challenging. In addition, once you identify a valid inversion fair value gap, you typically do not require extra confirmation to execute the trade. Now, with these concepts in place, let's move forward and walk through the London kill zone trading setup, step by step. To execute this strategy, you can use either the 5-minute or the 15-minute chart. The first step is to identify the buy-side and sell-side liquidity levels that form during the Asian session. These levels often become targets once the London session begins. Next, as the London kill zone starts, wait for price to reach one of these liquidity areas and form a liquidity grab. This typically happens when price briefly moves beyond the level, takes out stops, and then quickly reverses back inside the range. After the liquidity grab, the next step is to wait for the formation of a fair value gap. This imbalance becomes your key area of interest for execution. At that point, you can place a sell limit at the beginning of the gap, set your stop loss above it, and target the next liquidity level below price. There is also a second entry model to consider. This appears when an inversion fair value gap forms. This setup is often even stronger because it reflects a clear shift in momentum on top of the existing signals. Just like before, you can place a sell limit at the start of the inversion zone, position your stop loss above it, and aim for the next key level below. A third scenario occurs when a regular fair value gap overlaps with an inversion gap. When these two zones align, they create a strong confluence area, offering a high probability opportunity to enter a short position. As the trade progresses, it is important to manage your risk properly by taking partial profits and allowing the remaining position to run toward a larger target. Now, let's bring this into a real market example. On the Euro-Dollar 5-minute chart, we begin by marking the key liquidity levels formed during the Asian session. This includes both buy-side and sell-side liquidity zones. As the London kill zone opens, we want to observe whether a liquidity grab forms around one of these levels. When we move the chart forward, we can see that price sweeps the liquidity below equal lows and quickly returns inside the range. This becomes the first signal that the London session may drive price upward. From there, we wait for a bullish fair value gap to form and place a buy limit at the beginning of that zone. For targets, you can choose a fixed reward such as 1 to 2 or 1 to 3, or aim for the next significant liquidity level ahead of price. We can also strengthen this strategy by adding higher time frame analysis. For example, on the pound-dollar 1-hour chart, we can clearly see a downtrend with continuous breaks of structure to the downside, indicating strong selling pressure. Based on that, we classify the market as bearish and focus only on short opportunities as long as price remains below the key swing high. Then, by zooming into the 5-minute chart, we align our lower time frame entries with the higher time frame direction. At this point, we mark the important liquidity zones, specifically the buy-side liquidity created during the Asian session. We know that many traders have entered positions around this resistance area. So an optimal move for institutional players would be to push price above equal highs, capture that liquidity, and then continue moving downward in line with the dominant trend. As we play the chart forward, we can see exactly that behavior. Price moves higher, takes the liquidity above equal highs, and quickly returns back inside the range. So how do we enter this trade? The overlapping area between the fair value gap and the inversion gap creates an ideal zone to look for a short entry. Before finishing, let's reinforce one critical element: risk management. Even though the London kill zone provides strong setups, no strategy works all the time. This is why it is essential to always use proper stop losses, control your position size, and avoid overtrading. The objective is not to win every trade, but to consistently execute high-probability setups while keeping risk under control. The ICT London kill zone remains one of the most important time windows for traders who focus on intraday movements. By understanding liquidity and how institutions operate during the London session, you can identify opportunities with much more precision. Instead of watching charts all day, you can focus on this specific window and wait patiently for clear setups to form. And if you feel like you're still missing something when reading the market, I highly recommend watching this next video. We are about to show you a short clip, and you can find the full video in the cards. In it, I break down how to read market structure, understand liquidity, and apply the CISD strategy step by step, so you can approach the market with a clear and professional mindset. Now, let's get started with the market structure. The behavior of market movements can fundamentally be attributed to two main factors that consistently dictate the direction of prices: trends, which encompass both uptrends and downtrends, and the consolidation phase, characterized by choppy or ranging markets. Picture this as a perpetual cycle, where prices continuously oscillate between downtrends, uptrends, and consolidation periods, each gathering liquidity and institutional orders. Typically, prices need to consolidate following uptrends and downtrends. A vital initial step when analyzing your charts is determining whether the market is currently experiencing an uptrend, a downtrend, or is in a consolidation phase. To build a robust understanding, let's start with a straightforward overview of market structures before exploring the intricate details of advanced market dynamics. Please also remember that the mission of the ComLucro channel is simple. We focus on giving traders clarity, confidence, and structure, so market decisions are made with discipline and intention. On this channel, you will find complete courses built as a true trading masterclass. We teach market structure, higher time frame trading, and supply and demand, always focused on understanding price behavior and executing with a professional mindset. We also go deep into trading psychology, risk management, and consistency, because trading is not just about charts. It is about mindset, discipline, and structured execution over time. There are no shortcuts. Real progress comes from continuous learning and practice. Our main courses include Smart Money Concepts, Technical Analysis for Day Traders, Trading Psychology, and the Wyckoff Method course. Alongside our courses, we share lessons and insights from some of the most respected names in trading, including professionals like David Paul, Alexander Elder, Tom Hugard, Mark Douglas, Al Brooks, and Larry Williams, whose experience has shaped how traders understand markets today. So, if this video helped you gain more clarity, leave a like. It helps this content reach other traders who are on the same journey. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our latest lessons and insights. Now, I would really like to hear from you. Which concept in this video made the biggest difference for you? What topic would you like us to cover next? Leave a comment below and let us know. If you want to go deeper with exclusive content, early access to videos, and additional tools to support your development, consider joining the ComLucro Trader community right here on YouTube. It is a simple way to support the channel and a smart investment in your own growth as a trader. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.